Have you ever felt the deep pain of being ignored or disrespected by your children, despite all the love and care you gave them? It's a heartbreak that many of us face as we age, but the good news is, it doesn't have to consume you. In today's video, I'm going to share practical steps to help you reclaim your peace, dignity, and self-worth, no matter what you're going through. If you're struggling with a strained relationship with your children, this video is for you. I'll guide you through the emotional turmoil, offering ways to handle the situation with grace and strength. You'll learn how to stay calm in moments of tension, set healthy boundaries, and protect your emotional well-being without sacrificing the love you have for your family. By watching till the end, you'll discover how to communicate with respect and openness, how to focus on your happiness and growth, and why it's essential to protect your peace. Whether you're feeling unheard, disrespected, or even isolated, I'll show you how to build a support system and focus on the legacy of love and wisdom you've created. Stay tuned, because these steps will help you regain control, heal, and find the fulfillment you deserve. You've already given so much. Now it's time to give yourself the respect and love you need to thrive in this chapter of your life. Let's dive in. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. 1. Stay calm and avoid confrontation. Life has a way of testing our patience, especially when it comes to relationships with loved ones. It's only human to feel hurt, frustrated, or even betrayed when disagreements arise with your children. Those moments of raw emotion can feel like waves crashing against your heart, threatening to overwhelm you. But remember, giving in to anger or reacting impulsively often adds fuel to the fire, turning small misunderstandings into towering conflicts. Instead, pause. Take a deep breath and allow yourself a moment to reflect. Staying calm is not just about avoiding a confrontation. It's about choosing peace over chaos and love over resentment. When you remain composed, you regain control of the situation and your emotions. Anger, on the other hand, can act like a barrier, shutting down meaningful conversations and, sometimes, driving your children further away when what you truly want is to draw them closer. This doesn't mean suppressing your feelings. It's okay to feel hurt or disappointed. But channel those feelings into calm words and gentle actions. By doing so, you show your children the strength of your love and your willingness to communicate without judgment. It's not easy, but it's one of the most powerful gifts you can give to any relationship. The space to heal, grow, and stay connected. In those quiet moments of calm, you might even find a deeper understanding of yourself and the ones you care about most. 2. Reflect on the relationship. Take a moment to truly reflect on the relationship you share with your child. Look back through the years and ask yourself if there were moments, big or small, that may have planted seeds of misunderstanding or tension. Perhaps there were words spoken in frustration, unmet expectations, or even unintentional oversights that created a distance between you. While it's important to acknowledge that no amount of past hurt justifies their current disrespect, gaining a deeper understanding of the root cause can pave the way for meaningful healing. Reflection isn't about assigning blame. It's about cultivating empathy, both for yourself and for your child. By being self-aware, you open the door to approaching the situation with a heart full of understanding rather than defensiveness. After all, relationships are like gardens. They require tending, patience, and sometimes, the courage to pull out the weeds that have taken root over time. Yes, it's hard to face these moments, but it's also deeply rewarding. It takes humility and strength to admit where things might have gone wrong and to take that first step toward repairing what may feel broken. Ultimately, this process of reflection isn't just for your child's benefit. It's also a gift to yourself. It's a chance to mend not only the relationship, but also any pain you may have carried in your heart over the years. And isn't that worth every ounce of effort? Relationships, especially with our children, are far too precious to let unresolved wounds fester. By looking inward and embracing the power of self-awareness, you're not just opening the door to understanding. You're offering love, patience, and a chance to rebuild a connection that can be even stronger than before. 3. Communicate with respect and openness. When the moment feels right, take a deep breath and approach the conversation with a heart full of sincerity. Express your feelings gently, without anger or blame, by using "I" statements such as, "I feel deeply hurt when it seems like I'm being ignored." This approach avoids accusations and creates space for understanding instead of defensiveness. It's not always easy to open up, especially when emotions are raw, but choosing respect in your words is a sign of maturity and inner strength. Respectful communication isn't just about what you say, it's about how you say it. Speak with warmth and compassion, even if there's pain beneath the surface. Remember, your children may not always realize how their actions affect you. By opening your heart without judgment, you create a chance for them to reflect and grow, perhaps seeing you not just as their parent, but as someone who feels deeply and deserves kindness. This kind of dialogue can be healing, even transformative. It takes courage to let yourself be vulnerable, but it also shows profound wisdom. When you communicate in this way, you're modeling the kind of understanding and respect you wish to see in your relationship. It's a reminder that bridges can always be rebuilt, even when the gaps feel wide. Sometimes, it's in these tender moments of honesty that the strongest connections are made. 4. Set healthy boundaries. Maintaining a loving relationship with your child is undoubtedly one of life's greatest joys, but there comes a point where self-respect must take precedence. If your child consistently disrespects you, whether through hurtful words, dismissive behavior, or a lack of appreciation, it's crucial to set firm yet compassionate boundaries. These boundaries are not a wall to push them away, but a bridge to mutual respect and understanding. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Let them know, with kindness and clarity, that your time, feelings, and well-being matter deeply. Explain that while your love for them is unconditional, tolerating poor treatment is not. Your heart and soul deserve to be cherished, not dismissed. This step can feel bittersweet. After all, as parents, our instinct is often to give endlessly, to bend without breaking, even when it hurts. But the truth is, valuing yourself is one of the most powerful lessons you can teach them. By standing up for your worth, you show them that love and respect go hand in hand. Remember, setting boundaries isn't a sign of weakness or selfishness. It's a way to protect your peace, nurture your dignity, and ultimately, foster a healthier relationship. When you prioritize self-respect, you create space for deeper, more meaningful connections. Not just with your child, but with yourself. And isn't that what we all deserve in the golden years of our lives? 5. Invest in your happiness. Happiness is a deeply personal journey, one that should never hinge entirely on your children or anyone else. While we love our children dearly, pinning all our joy and sense of purpose on their presence or approval can set us up for heartache. Instead, it's essential to nurture the things that ignite your sense of fulfillment. Dive into the things that bring you true joy, rediscover an old passion like painting or writing, explore a new hobby like gardening or dancing, or pour your time and energy into making a difference through volunteering. Imagine the quiet satisfaction of creating something with your own hands, or the warmth of laughter shared with friends who genuinely understand you. By investing in activities that light up your soul, you not only enrich your own life but also become a source of inspiration for others, including your children. Seeing you embrace life with enthusiasm and purpose might just remind them of the strength and beauty of independence and rekindle their admiration and connection with you. Ultimately, your happiness is yours to cultivate. Life is too precious to spend waiting for others to validate your worth. Build a world where joy flows from within, and let that radiance be a gift you give yourself every single day. After all, the best gift you can give to those you love is showing them what a life well lived truly looks like. 6. Build a support system. As life takes its twists and turns, relationships, even with our children, can sometimes grow distant or strained. But that doesn't mean you have to face life's challenges alone. It's crucial to take active steps to build a network of people who care about you and who can uplift you when times feel heavy. Reach out to old friends, even those you may have lost touch with. Often, they'll appreciate the effort and welcome the reconnection. Explore local community groups, clubs, or classes that interest you. Not only can these activities enrich your life, but they can also introduce you to like-minded individuals who could become treasured companions. Most importantly, don't be afraid to share your thoughts and feelings with someone you trust. Opening your heart to others can bring a sense of relief, comfort, and even healing. A supportive circle of friends or confidants can help you feel deeply valued and remind you that you are loved, not just for what you've done in the past, but for who you are now. I believe that having a strong support system is like creating an anchor for your soul. It keeps you grounded during emotional storms and offers a warm space where you can simply be yourself without judgment. Life is too short to let loneliness creep in when there are so many ways to connect with others. Whether it's through laughter, shared hobbies, or heartfelt conversations, the bonds you build outside your family can be just as meaningful as those within it. After all, love and connection often come from the people who choose to stand by us, not just those tied to us by blood. 7. Focus on your legacy, not their behavior. As we move through the later stages of life, it becomes essential to focus on what truly matters: the legacy we leave behind. It's easy to get caught up in how others, especially our children, behave, how they treat us, or whether they meet our expectations. But the truth is, their actions do not define us. What defines us is the life we've lived, the values we've upheld, and the love we've shared, even in moments when it felt unappreciated or unnoticed. Your legacy is a rich tapestry of experiences, lessons, and sacrifices that tell the story of who you are, not how others responded to you. Think about the values you've instilled over the years: honesty, compassion, resilience, and respect. Perhaps you taught these lessons through quiet actions, like always keeping your word, showing kindness to those in need, or facing adversity with dignity. These values live on in ways you may never fully see, like seeds planted in fertile soil. Even if the growth isn't immediately visible, your influence is there, shaping the lives of those you've touched. Your legacy also includes the memories you've created, the moments of laughter during family dinners, the bedtime stories told with love, the advice given with sincerity, and the times you stood as a pillar of strength during difficult moments. These memories are treasures that your children and others who know you will carry with them, even if they don't express their gratitude as often as you'd like. You've poured your heart into these relationships, and that effort holds immense value, regardless of how others choose to show their appreciation. It's important to remember that your life is bigger than the actions or choices of others. You cannot control how people behave, but you can control how you respond. Instead of focusing on disappointments or unmet expectations, channel your energy into reflecting on the impact you've made. Ask yourself, did I live with kindness? Did I uphold my principles, even when it was hard? Did I show strength and grace in the face of life's challenges? These are the questions that define your legacy, not the fleeting behaviors of those around you. Your legacy is also about the love you've given. Love isn't always reciprocated in the way we hope, but that doesn't diminish its power. The love you've shared, whether through gentle words, acts of service, or simply being present, has ripple effects that go far beyond what you can see. Even if others fail to meet your expectations, your love stands as a testament to your character, proving that you lived with an open heart. This isn't to say it's easy to ignore the hurt that comes when others don't treat us as we feel we deserve. It's human to feel pain, especially when those we love most fall short of showing their appreciation. But focusing on your legacy means choosing to rise above that hurt. It means finding peace in knowing that you've done your best, that you've lived with integrity, and that you've left behind a life worth remembering. Ultimately, your legacy is a gift, not just to your children but to everyone who has crossed your path. It's the way you've inspired others to be better, the wisdom you've shared, and the example you've set. Don't let the actions of others overshadow the beautiful, meaningful life you've created. Hold on to the knowledge that you've lived with purpose, and let that bring you the comfort and pride you so richly deserve. 8. Accept what you cannot control. Life is often a series of lessons, some of which are harder to learn than others. One of the most profound and difficult lessons we encounter, especially as we grow older, is the realization that we cannot control everything, least of all how our children behave or the choices they make. This truth can be deeply painful, even heartbreaking, because as parents, we invest so much of ourselves in our children. We nurture them, guide them, and dream of a future where they live happy, fulfilling lives. But the harsh reality is that no amount of love, effort, or sacrifice gives us the power to control our actions or decisions once we begin to carve our paths. For many, this realization feels like an emotional storm. It's natural to question where you went wrong or what more you could have done. You may feel frustration, sadness, or even anger when your children make choices that seem contrary to everything you've taught them. These emotions are valid. They stem from a place of love and care. However, dwelling in this emotional turmoil only serves to drain your spirit and rob you of the peace you deserve. Here's where the beauty of acceptance comes into play. Accepting what you cannot control isn't about giving up or becoming indifferent to your children's lives. It's about recognizing that their journey is their own, just as your life is yours. It's about understanding that your role as a parent evolves. While you may have been their guiding light in their early years, as they grow older, they must walk their path, make their own mistakes, and learn their lessons. By accepting this, you allow both yourself and your children the freedom to grow. But let's be honest, acceptance is not easy. It requires courage to release the grip of worry and frustration. It takes strength to let go of the what-ifs and should-haves. And sometimes, it even requires mourning the dream of a perfect relationship with your children or the ideal life you envision for them. This process is emotional, messy, and deeply personal. Yet, within this journey lies an opportunity for profound transformation. When you embrace what you cannot control, you free yourself from a heavy burden. Imagine no longer carrying the weight of trying to fix what isn't yours to fix. Picture the emotional energy you regain when you stop wrestling with things outside your influence. Instead of pouring all your efforts into changing others, you can redirect that energy into nurturing your happiness, peace, and well-being. You can focus on the aspects of life that you can influence, such as cultivating hobbies, building meaningful relationships, and finding joy in the simple, quiet moments that often go unnoticed when we're consumed by worry. Acceptance also opens the door to deeper self-love and self-care. When you stop defining your worth by how your children turn out or the choices they make, you reclaim your identity beyond being a parent. You rediscover the parts of yourself that may have been set aside for years. It's a liberating feeling to realize that you can still live a fulfilling, joyful life regardless of external circumstances. Your happiness and inner peace can serve as a powerful example to your children. A silent message that says, it's okay to prioritize your well-being. It's okay to love yourself. This shift in perspective doesn't mean you stop loving your children or cheering them on from the sidelines. Quite the opposite. Acceptance allows you to love them unconditionally, without the need to control or fix them. It teaches you to trust in their ability to navigate their challenges and find their way, even if their path looks different from what you had hoped. It reminds you that their story is still unfolding and that your love and support can remain a constant presence, no matter where life takes them. So, accept what you cannot control, not because it's easy, but because it's necessary for your peace of mind and emotional well-being. Allow yourself to grieve, to process, and to let go. Then, shift your focus to the beautiful parts of life that are within your grasp. Prioritize your happiness, your health, and your growth. In doing so, you not only set yourself free but also create a legacy of resilience and self-care that your children may one day look to as a source of inspiration. Remember, acceptance isn't just about letting go of control. It's about embracing the freedom that comes with it. 9. Seek professional guidance if necessary. If the weight of being ignored, disrespected, or undervalued begins to feel like an unbearable burden, it's important to remind yourself that you don't have to carry it alone. The pain of these experiences can seep into every corner of your life, making even simple tasks feel overwhelming. It's during these moments of deep emotional struggle that seeking professional guidance can be a lifeline. A counselor or therapist can do more than just listen. They can provide you with effective tools and strategies to help you process your emotions, regain your sense of self, and navigate these difficult situations more healthily and constructively. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Sometimes, when you're caught in the whirlwind of hurt and frustration, it's hard to see things. Emotions like anger, sadness, or even self-doubt can cloud your judgment, making it impossible to untangle the complex web of your thoughts and feelings. A professional offers a neutral, outside perspective, a safe space where you can explore your emotions without fear of judgment. They can help you identify patterns in your relationships, unpack the reasons behind your feelings, and guide you toward understanding not just others' behavior, but also your reactions. This understanding can be transformative, offering clarity where there was once only confusion. There's no shame in asking for help, though it's a step many hesitate to take. You might feel as though seeking therapy is admitting weakness, but in truth, it's one of the most courageous things you can do. It's a statement to yourself and to the world that your mental and emotional well-being matters. It's a decision to prioritize healing, growth, and self-compassion. Seeking professional help is a powerful act of self-love, one that recognizes the immense value of your happiness and peace of mind. A therapist can also help you build resilience, teaching you how to set healthy boundaries and protect your energy from being drained by disrespectful or toxic behavior. They can guide you toward finding your voice, empowering you to stand up for yourself in ways that feel authentic and aligned with your values. This process is not about changing who you are, but embracing your worth and learning how to advocate for yourself in a world that sometimes forgets to treat everyone with the respect they deserve. Additionally, therapy can offer a pathway toward emotional release, allowing you to express feelings that may have been bottled up for far too long. This release can feel like a breath of fresh air, a much-needed moment of relief that helps you regain your footing. You may also discover strengths you never knew you had, uncovering parts of yourself that have been overshadowed by the pain you've endured. Remember, seeking professional guidance isn't just about resolving a specific issue. It's about investing in your long-term well-being. It's about equipping yourself with the tools and insights to face future challenges with greater confidence and emotional stability. If you feel stuck or overwhelmed, know that reaching out to a professional could be the first step toward reclaiming your joy and building a life where you feel respected, valued, and truly at peace with yourself. 10. Avoid blaming yourself. When your children show disrespect or choose to ignore you, it's almost instinctive to turn inward and wonder, what did I do wrong? You may find yourself lost in a maze of memories, picking apart every decision, every word, every moment when you think you could have done better. Questions like, was I too strict? Or was I too lenient? Begin to haunt you, as though there is a perfect parenting formula you failed to follow. But the truth is, there is no such thing. Parenting is a deeply complex and often unpredictable journey, filled with both triumphs and mistakes, highs and lows. No parent gets it completely right because there is no right way to raise a child. What we often forget is that as children grow, their lives are no longer solely shaped by us. Their environment, their experiences, their relationships, and even their internal struggles play significant roles in how they navigate the world, and how they treat others, including you. While it's natural to feel some responsibility for the choices they make as adults, it's unfair and even harmful to shoulder all the blame. Doing so diminishes the countless moments of love, care, and sacrifice you've given over the years. It's easy to reflect on the past with a critical lens, replaying every argument or decision you regret. But consider this. For every moment you might criticize yourself for, There were undoubtedly dozens, if not hundreds, of times you put them first, sacrificed your happiness, or stood by them during their struggles. Do those moments not count? Of course they do. Yet, when faced with their coldness or indifference, it's easy to forget them, allowing self-doubt to overshadow the truth. You loved them deeply and did your best with the tools you had at the time. That is what matters. There's also the reality that their disrespect may have little to do with you. People often project their insecurities, frustrations, or misunderstandings onto others, especially those closest to them. They might be carrying unresolved pain or bitterness that distorts their perception of the past. That doesn't mean you are at fault. Their actions are a reflection of their personal journey, one influenced by far more than just their parenting. So, what do you do with the hurt and guilt that feels so heavy in these moments? The first step is to let go of the notion that you have to take full responsibility for their behavior. Blaming yourself won't change the past, nor will it heal the relationship. Instead, focus on what you can control: your peace of mind and emotional well-being. Reflect, yes, but don't dwell. Acknowledge your mistakes, because every parent makes them, but don't let those mistakes define you. You are human, and humans are beautifully imperfect. If possible, try to open channels of communication with your children. Share your feelings honestly but without blame or expectation. They may not respond the way you hope, and that's okay. The goal is not to force a change in them, but to allow yourself to speak your truth and find closure where you can. And if the relationship cannot be repaired, remember that your worth is not determined by their approval or affection. Life is too short to carry the weight of guilt that isn't yours to bear. Instead, invest in nurturing yourself. Surround yourself with people who respect and uplift you. Pursue hobbies that bring you joy, and find ways to reconnect with the parts of yourself that might have been set aside during the years you devoted to parenting. This is your time to rediscover your own needs and desires, and to live fully and unapologetically. It's okay to feel sadness and grief over the loss of the relationship you hope to have with your children. Allow yourself to mourn that loss, but don't let it define your future. Your life is still filled with potential for happiness, growth, and connection. Let go of the blame, let go of the guilt, and embrace the freedom to move forward with a lighter heart. You've done enough. You are enough. And you deserve to live the rest of your life with peace and self-compassion. 11. Lead by example. No matter how your children behave or what challenges arise, you possess an extraordinary power: the ability to embody kindness, respect, and unwavering maturity. Leading by example is not about ignoring or excusing poor behavior. It's about demonstrating the values and character you wish to see in them. It's about holding onto your dignity and showing them, through your actions, what true strength and love look like, even in the face of difficulty. When you choose to speak respectfully, you communicate not just your thoughts but your values. When you act calmly, even in moments of frustration, you teach them the importance of emotional resilience. And when you demonstrate patience and understanding, you remind them of the unconditional love you have offered throughout their lives. This does not mean becoming a doormat or suppressing your feelings. Rather, it's about setting a standard, a quiet, powerful standard that says, "I expect to be treated with respect because I treat others with respect." Sometimes, this approach can feel thankless or even invisible. It can be disheartening when your efforts don't immediately change the behavior you hope to influence. But leading by example isn't about instant results. It's about planting seeds of reflection and growth that might take time to bloom. Every calm word you speak, every moment of grace you show, becomes part of the foundation for how your children view you, and perhaps themselves. It's an investment in their future, even if it doesn't feel that way at the moment. Think about the long-term impact. Your consistent demonstration of positivity and maturity might be the reminder they need during times when they lose their way. Life is complicated, and people, including your children, can be overwhelmed by their struggles. By consistently showing them kindness and calmness, you create a space for them to see what love, wisdom, and resilience look like. You show them that even in difficult times, it's possible to stay true to your values. Leading by example isn't just for them. It's also for you. It's about knowing, at the end of the day, that you stay true to who you are, regardless of how others behave. It's about maintaining your self-respect and proving to yourself that you can rise above negativity. It allows you to find peace, knowing you've done your best not just to teach but to live the values you believe in. In time, your efforts may spark a realization in your children. They may reflect on your unwavering kindness and recognize it as a mirror of what they want to embody in their own lives. It may remind them of the love and wisdom you have given them since they were young, even if they struggle to see it in the moment. Your example is not just a guide, it's a legacy. It's a quiet but profound statement of who you are and what you stand for. And perhaps one day, when they face challenges of their own, they will remember the patience, respect, and grace you showed. They might find themselves drawing strength from the very qualities you modeled, inspired to live up to the example you set. In this way, leading by example is not just an act of love. It's a gift that keeps giving, a reflection of your deepest hopes for the people you cherish most. 12. Don't be afraid to let go emotionally. Letting go emotionally doesn't mean turning your back on your children or abandoning the love and connection you share. It's not about cutting ties or refusing to care. It's about releasing the invisible chains that bind your heart to their every decision, every mistake, and every reaction. This act of letting go is not a rejection of your role as a parent. Rather, it's an acknowledgement of their independence and a bold step toward preserving your emotional well-being. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. As parents, we often carry the weight of expectations, both our own and those of society. We feel an almost primal responsibility to shield our children from every failure, to guide them through every storm, and to ensure their lives turn out as beautifully as we once dreamed for them. But life doesn't always follow the script we write in our minds. Children grow into their people, with their own beliefs, choices, and paths. Paths that might sometimes lead to pain, rebellion, or even estrangement. It's in these moments when the road gets rough and the emotional burden feels unbearable, that letting go becomes essential. This doesn't mean you love your children any less. The opposite. It means loving them enough to respect their journey and trust their ability to navigate it, even if it looks nothing like what you imagined. Letting go is not an easy process. It's one of the most challenging transitions you'll ever face as a parent. It means resisting the urge to step in and fix every problem, to take on their pain as your own, or to endlessly seek their approval. It means accepting that you cannot control their choices or dictate how they respond to you. This can feel like a loss at first. Letting go of the illusion of control can leave you feeling powerless and even grieving the closeness you once had. But within this difficult process lies a profound gift: freedom. When you release the emotional weight of trying to control their actions or win their approval, you create space for something extraordinary: your peace of mind. You start to reclaim the energy and joy that have been buried under years of worry and emotional strain. You learn to focus on your own needs, desires, and happiness, recognizing that your life matters just as much as theirs. Loving your children unconditionally doesn't mean sacrificing your emotional health. It doesn't mean allowing their negative behavior to dominate your thoughts or dictate your happiness. True love allows for boundaries. It recognizes that protecting your heart doesn't diminish the love you feel. It can strengthen it. By letting go of the need to control, you create a healthier, more balanced relationship, one that isn't built on guilt, resentment, or unspoken expectations. When you let go emotionally, you may find that the love between you and your children takes on a new depth. Without the constant struggle to fix or control, there's room for mutual respect and genuine connection. Your children may grow to appreciate your strength and trust, and they may even surprise you with their growth and resilience. Letting go is an act of courage and grace. It's a way of saying, I love you enough to let you be who you are, and I love myself enough to protect my peace. It doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop carrying what isn't yours to bear. In doing so, You free both yourself and your children to live fuller, more authentic lives. In the end, letting go isn't about giving up, it's about rising. It's about rediscovering your own identity, embracing your happiness, and finding a sense of peace that allows you to enjoy the life you've worked so hard to build. It's a journey of healing and growth, and it's one of the most loving things you can do for yourself and for the ones you hold dear. Letting go emotionally is a powerful, transformative act that can bring peace and strength to your life. It's not about giving up, but about rising above, finding balance, and embracing a healthier, more fulfilling relationship with yourself and your loved ones. So, what have you learned from this discussion? Is there one insight or lesson that resonated deeply with you? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Share one thing you've learned and how you plan to bring it into practice in your own life by commenting below. If you enjoyed this video and found it meaningful, please take a moment to leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue to create content that inspires and uplifts. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Glowing Star.